Channel.
Dude, these guys know how to have fun on a snow day, sliding down those steep hills in Boston's Beacon Hill on a surfboard. I don't think I've ever seen that. I used to live in Boston. That's pretty incredible. Wow. All right. Well, Nick now is in the lab as we talk about what's ahead after Juneau.
I think we got another Olympic event there going on. Well, you know, the Northeast, it is bracing for more snow on top of what fell from Winter Storm Juneau. Let's take a big picture look at the widespread effects of this latest winter storm. Philadelphia only got a little more than an inch on the ground. Higher amounts, though, as you move eastward and northward. A half a foot at Toms River, almost twice that much at Manasquan. New York's Central Park got almost 10 inches, a bit more at JFK, 2 whole feet at Islip on Long Island, and 30 inches at Oregon. Providence and Martha's Vineyard picked up about 19 inches. In fact, Massachusetts was the big winner with 2 feet at Falmouth, 3 feet at Auburn, 2 feet at Boston. But Maine also saw some impressive snowfall totals with almost 2 feet at Portland and 17 inches at Bangor. Well, you know, we've got more snow on the way, and as Juneau, there's the circulation of Juneau, makes its way out through the Canadian Maritimes. We're looking back toward the plains and the western Great Lakes as an area of low pressure here in Canada is going to be dropping down and already bringing some moisture in the form of snowfall into upper Michigan right now. A little bit of wintry weather in northern Wisconsin, some back toward areas of central Minnesota, but we're going to find more of this snow from the Clipper system making its way eastward tomorrow and Friday night. It's a fast-moving system, doesn't have a whole lot of snow with it, but plentiful cold air still in place here. We're looking for a mixture of precipitation types, maybe some ice here around portions of the Ohio Valley northward to Lake Erie. We'll also be looking for snowfall coming back into play here around Syracuse, New York, on into Boston as we head into Friday night. It's probably going to start off as a rain and snow mix here on Friday, then by Friday night turn to all snow. And snow really accumulating up here into northern New England. These are the kind of snowfall totals we're talking about. Some areas could see 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snowfall. Widespread areas there in Maine of 8 to 12 inches. Boston, you're probably in that maybe 1 to 3 inch range, maybe 3 to 5 inches at the most here, and back toward Buffalo as well. New York City, maybe an inch or 2. All right, not a lot of snow from that one, but we've got to watch this other storm system that's going to be developing back toward the west. And this has the potential, I say the potential, of becoming something to work with here in the Northeast. This upper level disturbance in the west, moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, that combined with this upper disturbance coming through Canada, got a lot of cold air with it. So as that moisture comes up into the central plains on Friday, and as the cold air seeps southward, we are eventually going to see some wintry weather right along this track. Although the track is still uncertain at this time. The computer models kind of going back and forth of how to play this, so snowfall totals still in question for the Northeast. We will see some higher elevation snow there around the Rocky Mountains into Colorado, New Mexico. Denver might even see a few snowflakes too after highs yesterday in the mid-70s. Topeka got up to 78 degrees today. Then you're going to cool down as that cooler air comes in and the snow moves eastward here into the mid-Atlantic and even southward Sunday night into the Tennessee Valley. We might see a mixture of rain and snow there, even into middle Tennessee. But a lot of us are going to see more snowfall. Again, just how much, the jury is still out. It is something we're going to have to watch over the next several days. Bonnie?
Absolutely. Well, if you've seen a lot of us, that's because we've been doing 65 straight hours of rolling coverage here on the Weather Channel. Winter Storm Juneau blasting the Northeast with over 3 feet of snow in some places. And in that coverage, there were some lighter moments from Mike Seidel, who was in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and Jim Cantore, who spent his time on the Boston Common. Take a look.
13 degrees, and the wind chill is 1 lonely degree.
I want to get to some of this stuff. First of all, the Common, look at how beautiful this is.
If you want a good workout, walk through deep snowdrifts like I did. I can feel it this morning. Every time I sit down, somebody has to pull me to get me out of my chair.
Very, very pleasant. I mean, even though it's cold, it's in the teens. I almost wish I was on the mountain right now.
This is what you got, big mountains of snow. Boy, it's very dry and powdery. This is the kind of stuff Cantore loves to ski on. I've got to do this, buddy. There you go.
Good job, ladies. Well, it makes for a great story, doesn't it? In the meantime, from the Common, I'm Jim Cantori.
Currently in our area, 56 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, cloudy skies, low 56. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, cloudy, high 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday night, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight, low 56. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Time now for one more thing. How about the next storm? The Clipper system right now is bringing snow along the Canadian border all the way further to the south into areas of Illinois. This storm doesn't look like much, but it is going to work its way to the east. Much of the snow, as I mentioned, is more towards Canada, maybe a little bit of northern Michigan, not too bad. But as we track this, remember the air is very cold over Pennsylvania, parts of western New York, so we will see snow from it. Tomorrow, look for icy conditions in areas of Ohio, and then some kind of a wintry mix into Pennsylvania. Heavier snow possibly as this blast moves through, and visibility will be poor on Thursday night. And then on Friday, we'll look for the storm to be a little more concentrated to areas of the Northeast. And unfortunately, that can mean more snow for hard-hit areas like Massachusetts. We're also looking at more snow for Maine, and Maine certainly saw its share of storminess from Juno. So unfortunately, this Clipper system will bring more snow. Just be prepared for it and stay with the Weather Channel for the latest on this storm.
This time on Highway Through Hell.
Good to go? Here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down.
Heavy Rescue's toughest oil patch wreck
Hold it.
puts the rotator to the test.
Hey!
You don't get a job just because you're Sonny Boy, right?
The rookie fights to join the A-team.
It's either you do or you don't. I have to do.
And back in BC,
Somewhere in there, there's a physics lesson.
a monster wreck overwhelms
Keep going.
the man and machines left
I
behind.
don't want him to hit you. Keep going.
On the Highway Through Hell, the last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster, because closure is not an option. It's 4 a.m.
Chewed and clawed my way up.
The wicked storm that's hammered BC's Coquihalla Highway for more than a day is finally dying off. Down in the Fraser Valley,
Trailer's cut right in half. That's what I heard. Not a good thing to happen.
Heavy Rescue has been out all night after a semi loaded with wine was ripped in half.
I'd take this as a win.
Heavy Rescue's lead BC driver, Howie Irwin, has got traffic moving.
Are they opening a westbound lane? Looks like traffic's moving here.
Even as the storm fades, it's left a huge mess in its wake. Sand trucks prep the mountain for the semis that are finally rolling again.
Road's iced straight up on us. All trucks were dispatched. Quite a mess. Quite a mess.
It doesn't take long before there's trouble.
When I put all the steering on that way, then trailer moves that, and it's jackknife.
The jackknife happened in the worst place possible. The brake check at the top of the mountain.
Look at the road.
Yeah.
You can't even walk on it.
Yeah.
Come down the hill, nowhere to go.
Truckers aren't allowed to descend the dangerous smasher without stopping and inspecting their brakes at the pullout.
Al is on site here at the brake check. You should have that truck cleared here shortly.
Until the jackknife is cleared, no one can get in.
Brake check on the road there and bypass is blocked up there.
The call goes to Quiring Towing and Al's right-hand man, Gord Boyd.
First, we're going to have you straightened out, get you out of the way so these guys can get through.
Gord knows truckers are bypassing the lineup and blowing off the brake check.
Biggest concern there is someone who doesn't know the road and comes sailing past there and comes over the top of that hill doing 100 clicks in that weather with a loaded truck. That is scary.
Glad it didn't go that way.
Because once you start down that hill, you're committed. And if you're doing 100 clicks, you're in trouble. Big trouble. This should work. It'll take 2 or 3 short pulls and I'll have him straightened out. This is all basic physics, you know. Newton was right and so was Archimedes. It's a lever and a fulcrum. The first thing you do is take the long lever and straighten it out. Once you get the trailer straightened out, then you can worry about straightening the truck out. This truck is not drivable. I'm going to hook him up and take him home. A successful fishing trip.
Looks like it's opening up then.
A few hours later, salvage crews returned to the site of last night's violent wine wreck. The highway is open, but there's still work to do for Jamie Davis Heavy Rescue.
Morning.
Last night, a semi crossed the median